Hi there, welcome to episode 12, and today I brought you a truly bizarre story. Um, Actually, I'm pretty sure most of my viewers are going to find this pretty fucking mundane, but it's a story that creeps me out. I mean, I don't like telling this story. I'm pretty sure I've told this story to no one I've met in person. Um, but I'm excited, so let's just cue the fucking. This story starts on 4chan's paranormal board, post number 14736756. I used to browse here a lot a few years back, but haven't stopped in for some time. A friend of mine recently had to send his computer into the shop because he thought he had downloaded some kind of virus. At the same time, he kept telling me about weird shit that keeps happening to him in his house. The main one is that he's been having issues with both lights and his television turning either on or off when he knows that he left them the other way before leaving the room and returning. He hasn't actually witnessed them going out, but they're always in the opposite of how he left them. From what I heard, the only real thing he noticed being up with his computer is that he kept finding image and text files in his download folder that he had never knowingly downloaded. Long story short, this got me thinking, do you think it could ever be possible for some kind of paranormal entity to either fuck with your computer or maybe even the computer be original source of whatever is fucking up in his house? Now, I know this story has started with a thin thread, but it gets interesting, I promise you. Because most people on the thread, as most reasonable people would, suggested that it's probably just some kind of virus, or somebody fucking with him, some kind of elaborate prank because we all visit questionable websites. But another one of the people suggested that if he has the text messages or images these that are downloaded on his laptop or computer forcibly, he should upload them here on the 4chan thread. And he sends two pictures, both of them black and red. Quite incomprehensible, really. One of the 4chan people who's active on the thread at the time suggests that one of the pictures looks like the end of Florida. But that theory is quickly dismissed when somebody else joins the pictures with a vertical line. And it turns out it's the top and the bottom end of a face. So that one of the pictures is a hairline and the other picture is the chin. And people just went into hunt mode. Meanwhile, somebody had the bright idea of turning the brightness brightness up and contrast up on this picture. And in the second picture where the hairline was, they found in the corner a hidden message where there was a pattern of black dots, and the message said Repiro along with something that looked like a QR code. Now, Repiro, when translated from Greek to Welsh, means I am. And the QR code, nobody really knew what it meant. Until some genius figured it might just be binary code. And the binary code reads God. Everybody on the 4chan freaked out because a picture had just told them that the picture is God. As you would if you were in their place. I don't blame them. This is mildly interesting when it comes in third person, but when you're there, I'd be pretty fucking freaked out. With the consideration this could be an elaborate prank, but that's a pretty well thought out prank. Afterwards, there was one more image that the original poster had submitted much later, which was texted to him apparently, which later on was stretched, turned into black and red from black and blue, and cut out to fix the puzzle. And turns out it was the image after the hairline, and it contained the eyes of the picture. And at this point, everybody on the thread currently active was extremely invested in this story. Somebody on the thread suggested that the original poster and his friend immediately start videotaping their house, which video is still available. And there's a 30-second clip in which it is clear that the person who's videotaping the house is fucking freaked out and extremely restless. And they show the house to everybody and they leave. In the 30-second clip, the thread posters can spot what appears to be the same face in the picture in the corner of the screen during the video. And it also contains a faint sample which nobody really recognizes. I'm gonna leave a link down in the description if you can figure out what the video person is saying. Please let me know. There are speculations about what he says or what she says in the picture. And after that, a new thread is created after the trail went cold for a while. And this time, there is another picture which the original poster posts on the old thread, which gives the mouth of God. Soon, everybody on the thread starts spreading the word and lets everybody know that this is what's happening in this corner of the internet. And eventually, somebody gets the image from the video of the face for their I'm not a robot captcha. Think they posted a screenshot on the thread as well. And after that, one of the posters also said that he was texted anonymously by an untraceable number with a bunch of photos that did not make any sense. When the poster tried to troll this number, they just texted, "Hey, fuckboy." The sender just sent them a knife. After that, another picture showed up. It was two dolls. There was a knife to their necks, and it was taken by somebody who looked like an unstable person. After that, there was a message that said, "Fuck the whore." And after that, a picture of Virgin Mary. At this point, most people were convinced that this was a prank. Until the new thread on 4chan had an anonymous post number 14738047, which contained a picture from the house the frantic person was posted from, and it contained the last piece of the puzzle, which completed the face. The original poster and his friend have never been heard from ever since, but the thread lives on. The entire thread is linked in the description, so is the video that this person took in his apartment. Now, is this an elaborate prank? Probably. Is this true? Unlikely. But is it interesting? For sure. I mean, it's a story, and the visuals of it, they creep me out. I'll be very honest. I don't like shit like this, because it's strung with such a thin line, but the thin line is not as thin as you want it to be, and it's just weird. Not to mention anonymous posts. You never know how verifiable they are, and as you will find out in one of the other stories that is coming for you, that this shit could be dead ass serious sometimes. So I hope you enjoyed, and leave a like if you did. Follow us on SoundCloud if that's where you're listening, or Stitcher, or Spotify, or iTunes, wherever. If you're on YouTube, subscribe to this channel. Leave the English. Support us on Patreon if you think the content is worth it. Tell your friends, share this episode shamelessly. And I'll see you next week. Goodbye.